welcome, Shoshannah. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. Sorry I'm coming a little late. My time got mixed up. I apologize.
Oh, thank you. We're so excited. I mean, what better way to spend a Sunday evening, right? And speaking to people who are looking for a new career, and you could help them decide. So tell, where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from Houston, Texas.
Oh wow. Okay, Danny City.
Yeah, she's about a mile away.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so tell us, I guess, a little bit about what you do, your story, how you got here.
I had a number of jobs along the way and finally had a reevaluation that I wanted to spend the rest of my career as a writer. So I quit my job and set out to be a writer. And what did they all want? SEO. They
Oh
wanted
no.
SEO. And after trying for a little bit and trying to tell them I had trained myself, really, which they didn't believe at all, I decided some more formal education was in order. And the ODEO Academy classes were great. They were very challenging, which I appreciate, and were really very thorough. I felt like I got you can only get so big of a view, maybe your first time going through things without direct experience, but it was hands-on. It felt comprehensive and was really a great challenging experience.
Amazing. So you're coming from having a professional background, and it's interesting because I'm thinking like, wow, you finally made a clear career choice, and like, okay, I'm just going to be a writer, and then this thing comes in, which is interesting because you would think like writing is such a natural, organic kind of thing, and SEO is so technical, and it's fascinating that that's what's expected nowadays.
It really seems to be. I was thinking, look, I can write things for websites, I can write articles, I can write blog posts, I can write letters. SEO all the way.
Wow. Okay. So did you get a different job, or do you just use it as a freelancer? What'd you do with it once you completed the course?
I've been working as a freelancer since then. I'm aiming to get a full-time job. I had what I hope was a promising first conversation with somebody last week, so we'll see where that goes.
Amazing.
And that the specific job that I am looking at now that I am hoping to get would be director of communications. And it is very much all about SEO and knowing social media and understanding how those things work to promote an organization.
That sounds like a really cool title to be able to get with like these combining your background and these skills. That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, I'm excited
Okay.
about it. I hope it works out.
Good. Me too. If they're smart, they'll call you again. Um, so the day in the life of the freelancer, I guess, like if that's what you're doing now, if you can give us an idea of like how you use the skills that you learned in the course and what that looks like, some kind of example.
Sure. I've got a blog post that I'm about to start working on. They just have to change the topic because they didn't decide on Yom HaShoah in advance enough. Um, but it's a candle company and they want some blog posts about their candles. And they've got a lot of longer articles that are sort of deep and technical. So I'm thinking that what we're needing is, to reach a wider audience, is to have something more light, more fun, um, reaching people who aren't necessarily into the deep meaning of life.
I love that. It's so interesting just to get a little like taste of how this works. So for example, you're going to pick a topic and say you're going to say how to safely use candles, in your living room or whatever, and then some fun ideas of where to buy your candles, or I don't know. So then how does SEO go into that? Like we have no idea. I don't know anything about SEO. So how would you write that article differently now that you have these skills?
I'm sorry, you froze up for a moment. I'm sorry, you froze up for a moment. What am I talking about? How SEO goes into?
Yeah, so I'm asking, like, say you picked a nice topic, right? Like how to use, candles in your living room to, change the dynamic or the feeling or, vibe of an evening. And then so without SEO, I could imagine how you would write that. With these skills, how would that look different? What's different about your work now with these skills?
So now I'm looking at keywords. I'm looking at what keywords a certain business is going to need to promote itself, depending on the discussion with them about what audiences they want to reach and what audiences they may already be reaching. And that takes keyword research, which is what I learned in ODEO. And so I go in and I look at their website, I look at similar websites, I find out what keywords they have going strong, or maybe they're not doing so strong. Maybe they're in 66th place, like another place that I did some blog work for in the SERP results. So we start saying, okay, we want to rank for these words, and there's different tools to help us figure out which words we want to rank for. And we start incorporating those words into the writing, those words and their relatives.
Amazing. So to me, the reader, it just looks like a nice story, an interesting article, but really there's a lot of logic and analytical work that goes into what I'm going to type into Google is going to bring this up and how likely I am to see it and all of that goes behind the scenes.
Yeah, I would say for me, the sense of writing as an art has really shifted, not in all of my writing, but certainly writing for SEO. It's no longer looking into my depths and figuring out what is going to bring out the response that I'm looking for in people. It's now reaching into the SEO depths and figuring out, in a proven way, what is going to collect more people and where are they going to be in the buying process when I find them, depending on what words I'm looking at.
Which is sort of a reflection of the depths of the people who are reading it, right? It's not just technical, like the users feed the algorithm. So it's more thinking about what your reader is going to be feeling and thinking and looking for.
It is certainly, but in a different way. It's going through certain keywords that can be shown in numbers to be doing the right job.
Fascinating. Okay, I could keep asking you questions for a long time, but I want to give people just like a feeling of, from this perspective, what it sounds like. So I appreciate you, digging in a little bit and giving us those specifics. I guess, would you say, do you mind me asking, like, you being able to go on this interview, how much of that do you attribute this course to, or it's like, I knew this, it just makes me sound better, it looks better on the resume. How much of a difference did it make in your life as someone who's a professional writer?
Yeah, I would say as far as this interview I've just had, it was really completely workable due to having been through ODEO. I'd be lacking half the skill set if I had not worked with social media in a behind the scenes kind of way.
Wow, that's a lot to be able to say that. Wow. Anything else, Danny, that I'm missing that we can ask Shoshannah to share?
No, I think that's good. But I mean, I guess one other thing I'll say, I know Shoshannah's still on, but Shoshannah's been great, even like following up, like if she needs something or she needs, like she took advantage of the opportunity to get her resume reviewed by me. And her resume was kind of very plain, and then she literally turned this into, really, it's like a masterpiece. It's a work of art. It's one of the nicest, amazing resumes I've seen. And Shoshannah's not a graphic designer, right? But it was great. So I mean, it's little things like that also.
Canva is a graphic designer, so it works.
True. Yeah, true. But my point is that, like, once again, here's someone who like is grabbing the opportunity, right? It's like, okay, let me make sure I check my resume with Danny, or let's talk about an interview that's coming up. So not everyone is motivated, but obviously when you've got a very strong course behind you, but then you as an individual, right? You want to do it. When you put those two things together, that, as they say, you guide to umatsasi tamen, right? So if you try and you find success, then believe him. And that's really what we see.
Amazing. Wow. So kind of you to come on and share this. I'm so excited for your opportunity. Really hope it works out if it's, best for you. And thank you. Thank you for sharing your experience.
Thank you very much, and good luck to everybody.
Thanks,
Amen.
Shoshannah.